Welcome to Mondays with Monique. I'm Monique Grzaiadei, and I have Paul Sobon on the show today. So glad to have you here.
It's great to be here, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. I know you're a busy man, so I really appreciate your time.
Well, this time of the year we had some sunshine up in Shenandoah Valley. We were out of the fog, so I was finding lots of things to do outside this morning. So.
Yeah, and it's funny because when I came into town earlier, it was total fog around Jackson. I haven't been out of the studio recently, but at my house, totally sunny, beautiful, and I was just making my list of all the outside chores to do. So
yeah, it's crazy. Crazy weather the last 3 or 4 days.
Gotta love it, though. I'm not complaining. You know,
We
50s, 60s in the winter, it's a good thing.
We just need rain.
Yeah, we do.
Pray for rain, there we go.
Rain and snow.
Snow, yes.
Yeah, we need snow more than rain.
We talked about this earlier, yes, we do.
Yeah, exactly. So, what do we have here today? Tell me about it.
Well, you know, at Sobon Estate, Shenandoah Vineyards, these are the wines that we make. I just brought all kinds of different things to talk about today, from some of our new release wines to the Behind the Cellar Door event that's happening.
Right, exciting. I like that.
I guess it's in March. I should probably know when this is.
March 6th, I think.
March 6th, there we go.
Yeah.
I brought some barrel samples of wines we can look at today. I brought a few different whites. So just a lot of things going on in the valley and, you know, just what's happening in Shenandoah Valley and Amador County.
Wonderful. Well, I'm going to make, it's a shrimp, lemon shrimp with a little bit of white wine, a little garlic, just something kind of light to go with whatever. Maybe we'll try the white wine towards the last, if that's okay.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Good deal.
Yeah, we can, you know, in the Behind the Cellar Door event that's going on is, I don't remember how long it's been going, 10, 12, 14 years. There's some really fun things that happen that weekend. There's a vintner's dinner that happens the night before on Friday, which they've done at the Montevina Terra d'Oro Cellars, which is a ton of fun. American River College Culinary gets involved with that, and they bring up all these great food stations. It's really a blast.
That's neat. I haven't tried it. I'd like to do that this year, though.
It's really fun because we just bring out maybe 3 or 4 really special wines, sort of stuff you're not going to even get the next day. Some super reserve
now
stuff.
Now you're talking my talk.
Some kind
I like
of real
the usual
reserve
stuff.
We don't like to call it a VIP event, but it's pretty cool.
Swanky, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Better get my ticket then.
Yeah, you better get your ticket, exactly. But a lot of the vintners that weekend will do barrel tastings. So it's sort of based upon, you know, let's go into the cellars, let's see what's happening. You know, 2013 and 2014 vintages were just mind-blowingly good. I mean, just mind-blowingly good.
So they're getting to the point where they're, you know, almost like, I mean, are they sellable now at this point?
We're starting to bottle some of the 2013s now, and if you just look at the color of this wine, and
it's really deep.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a Petite Sirah. So Petite Sirah is generally very, very deep. But if you were to look at even the regular Zinfandel in 2013, you can just see the color of this. It's just incredible.
Yeah, also.
So you've got some amazing wines, which I'm sure all the vintners will be really excited to show.
I bet. That sounds like fun. So we have the vintner's dinner, and then the next day, Saturday and Sunday, is like a passport type weekend, right?
It's a bit of a passport weekend. You don't have to, there's no stamping, there's nothing, you've got to fill in all the blanks to get something. But, you know, there's so many wineries to see. It used to be, you know, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, we'd all get out there and see how many wineries we could hit in one day.
Yeah, that's kind of a drag, though.
Yeah, well, these days it's like pick 4, pick 3.
Right.
You know, spend some time with your friends and hang out. I mean, every winery is sort of establishing more of a place to hang out. I mean, at Sobon, we've got this great picnic area. Shenandoah, we've developed in the last 6 months this very cool spot just to relax and hang out in the picnic area, or sit on these beautiful chairs made out of wine barrels, big Adirondack chairs. Renwood's got an amazing, so it just goes down the line. Just great from bocce ball to just spend the day enjoying the sunshine, hopefully.
Exactly, and getting to know people and relaxing, and not just on a mission to try as many wines as you can. Because we figure even 3 wineries, maybe 6 different tastings, tasted 18 things. Can you taste at that point? I don't know.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and it's the old, you know, maybe bring a red silo cup and do a little spitting.
Maybe at that point, huh?
Nobody likes to spit, but, you know.
But yeah, because you don't want to have to ingest everything.
No. And it's fun, and there are certain things you're just not going to like, and that's okay too.
That's true.
That's why you're there. You're there to learn. You're there to taste wines. You're there to see. I mean, if you look at this wine, if you just smell this wine here, this is a 2013. This will be bottled on Thursday of Petite Sirah, but just big and dark, but it's got a little bit of a spritziness to it still. And I also brought a 2014 Fiddletown, and when you look and smell this wine, you really smell a little bubbliness going on in there still. So it's It's not even finished fermenting.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit of the gassiness from the carbon dioxide, you get a bit of the yeastiness still. So it's just fun. I get so excited when I start talking.
And which year versus which year?
So these are 13s, and you can see they're a little darker than the 14, but the 14 still has a little bit of clarity issue, so it's not completely dropped. So there's a little bit of yeast in there still. That gives
yeah,
it
just smells like a younger wine, even though it's not.
No, yeah, well, it's a year younger, so it's a 13 compared to 14. It's still not ready to be drunk yet. I mean, we just bottled the 2013 Fiddletown last week, so the 14s are still about a year away.
Yeah.
So anyway, as I was saying, the 14 and 13 vintages are mind-blowingly good. So people have a lot of really killer wines to look forward to.
That sounds neat.
Yeah.
And I think you brought me some olive oil, right?
I'm
going to put some in the pan to cook this shrimp dish.
So we grow about 150 olive trees, for oil-producing trees, out in the Shenandoah Valley. Actually, they're all grown up at Sobon. And mostly Spanish varieties, because the Spanish varieties are Spanish climate is a little bit more to Amador County climate than Italian climate is.
Okay.
A little drier, as we know. It doesn't rain too much in the summertime here.
That's very true.
So we planted those varieties, and we produce between 30 and 50 gallons of oil every year.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's where you need to package it and sell it.
Exactly.
For the family, we package in half-gallon jugs, and for the consumers, 500 or 750 mils. So.
Yeah, I love that too. It's always neat to try something different, and they all kind of taste a little different. Depending on where they're grown. I mean, they have different flavors.
And how they're processed also.
Yeah.
Where we take in the process makes a big difference.
Really? Yeah. I didn't know that. So obviously it's not processed on your property. There's central processing facility that people use?
There's some very small little people. There's a place called Shabika in Modesto, which has been around for years. There's a couple new ones down in the Stockton, Waterloo, even in Galt area.
Oh, yeah. I think, I'm
with you. As you
off
drive down
88, right.
Yeah, if you drive down 88, there's a guy off Alpine Road there. He's a little teeny guy. But, you bring to buy the equipment to process olive oil is about $500,000.
That's a big production.
For 35 gallons, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So these people will basically do custom work for a lot of people. You bring in a couple of tons of olives and you get your oil back.
That sounds easy to me. I like that idea.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Just real quick to touch on what we're making here. So this is going to be a lemon shrimp and a white wine sauce. Really simple. I put in, I'm going to say about 1/3 cup of chicken stock, 2 tablespoons of butter, a tablespoon and a half of olive oil, and I'm just going to let it simmer a little bit, reduce down, and combine together. And then we'll add the lemon and the parsley in just a little bit.
Yum. Yeah. Sounds delicious.
Yeah, sounds delicious. Good. So go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. Just sort of talking about the events going on and what's going on in the wineries. As I said, 2014 was an amazing year, and we all know how the rain started. And for this year, we're all excited about this great weather pattern happening, and then we all know what's happened in January. So as we farm about 200 acres out there. So we're pretty much 100% self-sufficient in what we do. So we are really watching the weather all the time.
You'd have to.
Yeah, and you would if you get a wet year where it's cold, you can start pruning a little bit earlier than normal. And this year, because it's so dry and so warm, we're going to start pruning a little bit later. So
when do you foresee the pruning to begin?
We'll probably start pruning in the middle, the 3rd week of February. We prune with our own crew. And we have, you can go out and buy pruning shears in any hardware store around. We use an electric pruning shear, which the guys will wear this battery vest, and they can prune for about 10 hours a day without getting too fatigued, because they've got this, it's basically a hand pruner, but it's got an electric motor on it, so it doesn't just go wham and slam. You can you can feather it in, you can take a little cut, so you can take a half a cut. They're really neat.
Really precise.
Yeah, they're very expensive, but the amount of time and effort you can save yourself is really pretty astounding. So that's sort of what's happening in the vineyards now. In the winery, we're doing a lot of bottling. We're bottling some of the new 2013 reds. We bottled some of the 2014 whites already.
Right. Sounds exciting. I love that.
It is.
I like to be a fly on the wall and watch what happens and what's going on.
It is. The glamour of the winery is, yes, there are things that we do which are
I'm sure it's perceived by people that don't own a winery as to me it's an amazing process from start to finish, and I find it so interesting that it's based on grape, but you can have the same type of grape and then different fermentation process or different yeast, and the wine turns out different. It's kind of like cooking.
Well, it's amazing. You could give 10 winemakers the exact same grape picked on the exact same day with the exact same chemistry, and those 10 wineries would make completely different wines.
Yeah.
You would maybe taste some subtle similarities between them, but it wouldn't be a huge amount of, oh my God, this is all from ba-boom, ba-boom. Because everybody, like you say, is different temperatures, different yeast, different equipment, different ways that you crush and destem and everything.
Flavor they're looking for.
You bet. You bet. The racking off, the clarification of the juices when it's early, and the timing of that, whether it's a week or two difference, could be the difference between flavors. It's really kind of interesting.
Tell us a little bit about the history of Sobon as far as the recent gold medal wins that you've had. I know you've really just done so well.
Well, my family started Shenandoah Vineyards in 1977, and then we bought the old D'Agostini winery in 1989 and changed the name to Sobon. So we grow about 200 acres. Shenandoah Vineyards is about 42. Sobon has about 85. We bought the Jackson Valley winery about 2 years ago, which at that point is buildings and equipment, but no winemaking production down there. And there's about another 70 acres of grapes down there. So doing all kinds of different stuff in different places of the county, all in Amador. You know, we're basically...
I think it's great that it's all here and it's not farmed out to different areas or grapes purchased from different areas. But with that, I want to hear the rest of the story. We have to go just a quick commercial break, so stay with us and we'll be right back.
You're watching Amador County's local television network,